Hallöchen, meine Bärchen, und herzlich willkommen bei einem weiteren Part mit Vampyr. Wir sind im Escalon Club. Ich bin mir nicht sicher, ob sich irgendwas verändert hat hier. Es sah auf jeden Fall das letzte Mal so aus. Weil hier unten mehr Leute stehen.
For as long as I've been a member, I've never seen so few.
Was? Red doch weiter, bevor... Hallo? Glitzer, Glitzer. Hier ist doch noch mehr Chaos als letztens. Oh! Hallo, Lady Ashbury.
I must admit the guard of Prewen impressed me. They must have spent years preparing their plan.
Oh! Was ist hier denn? Oh nein, das ist der Hinterhof. Ups. Aber da speichert's. Haben wir wenigstens einen Quick-Speicherpunkt gefunden. So. Bevor ich mit dir spreche, Lady Ashbury, will ich hier mal kurz ein bisschen rumgucken. Hier nichts passiert? Geht ja auch wieder nach draußen? Oh, nee. Oh. Oh, der Keller! Das habe ich nämlich beim letzten Mal komplett vergessen, diesen Keller hier aufzusuchen. Ah! Privatkonsum von Blut. Ach, die fragen danach, okay. Ob das okay ist. Dürfen Mitglieder trinken und mit ihren Freunden teilen. Schön. Machen Sie das, aber bitte außerhalb des Clubs. Schön. Freundlich. Sonst ist hier nix. Wie langweilig. Okay. Ich dachte, hier wäre mehr los. Haben wir dafür nicht extra den Schlüssel eingesammelt? Stuhl. Naja, gut. Lady Ashbury. Hi.
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reid. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
Oh Gott, okay. Dafür, dass die so rumscherzeln, haben die sehr wenig Emotionen in der Stimme.
But how long before they return?
Hier wurde doch eingebrochen.
Have you heard the rumors of some horned vampire revealing himself and singing obscure songs around the city?
Nee.
What is this new malevolence?
Keine Ahnung. Hi, ich glaube, mit dir sollen wir gleich sprechen. Lass mich bitte nochmal zur anderen Seite gucken, ob hier noch jemand ist, der uns unbedingt sagen will,
Lord Redgrave is outside almost every night coordinating our defenses. Such an example.
Ja. Such an example. Und warum machst du das nicht? Weil du dabei sterben wirst. So. Gut. Kuckuck.
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lance-Bearer. Please, tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reid.
Boah.
You thrust your lance
Mehr oder
and
weniger.
pierced the very heart of the corruption.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Danke, danke.
Now, I have another task for you.
Oh.
One of the utmost importance.
Ja.
Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Miss
Recruit
Lady
a new
Ashbury.
Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves to be.
Was? Wer?
I'm not sure I'm the best candidate for such a task.
I can hear the hesitation in your voice, Dr. Reid. I admire a man of principles. But in this matter, there is more at stake than your moral comfort.
It's not a moral question, Lord Redgrave. It's the responsibility of giving immortality to a man I barely know.
Nonsense. Aloysius has been a member of the Ascalon for years. This
Ach,
is
der
but
Alte?
the fruition of a long-held plan.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before I go, I have a few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die. And he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reid.
Oh Gott.
Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
Die wissen von meiner Schwester?
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then.
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Oh Gott, Oh.
How would
Ja.
you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
Das hat doch nix. Okay.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Wait. Aber ich habe doch gar nicht zugestimmt.
Understand?
Okay.
Goodbye.
Ach du meine Güte. Temple Church. Okay. Da war ich noch gar nicht, ne? Wie schaut das... Ah, ich könnte zu Swansea. Nicht ranzoomen. Ach lol, er ist die Stütze vom West End. Dann sollten wir die auf jeden Fall nicht töten. Ich wollte gerade sagen, haben wir vielleicht eine andere Möglichkeit, das hier noch rauszögern, aber... Oh, und wir müssen... Ist das nicht der Stumme? Darius. Wo finde ich dich denn nochmal? Ich glaube, irgendwo hier. Wisst ihr was? Dann gehen wir jetzt erstmal zum Whitechapel und machen da die restlichen Sachen. Die müssen wir auch noch finden. Da, die letzte Seite haben wir, glaube ich, noch nicht. Oder? Können wir sehen, was für Seiten wir haben? Nee, das sind nur 3 jeweils. Ah, genau. Und den Säbel. Den wollten wir auch noch erweitern. Wir brauchen einen Unterschlupf. Gehen wir erstmal zum Whitechapel. Und komm, wir gehen... Nee, das wollte ich nicht. Ich wollte hier einen Wegpunkt hinmachen. Da. Gut. Wir gehen runter. Huch.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson, to make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do,
gerne.
yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Was?
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
Klar.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor?
Was?
Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
Okay.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive?
Hey? Hä?
You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan, I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall, and yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
what would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
Darum wissen die von meiner Schwester.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear.
Ach du meine Güte.
Be careful.
Mach ich. Bin ich. Danke. Fuck. Aber das ist eine Stütze. Der ist eine Stütze von... fuck. Ich glaube, darüber muss ich mir noch mal ein paar Gedanken machen. Mist. Gott sei Dank gehen wir da jetzt nicht als erstes hin. Shit, ey. Was soll das denn?
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
Aha. Und da ich ein Nachfahre von diesem
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid.
Dingstel-Bumstel ist.
What do you know about Aloysius Dawson?
That man is a tyrant. The embodiment of greed and selfishness. All I despise about this country.
Okay, gut.
Goodbye, Charlotte.
Aber ich hab mir auch nichts anderes von Charlotte erwartet. Ich habe nichts anderes von der Charlotte erwartet. Weil Tochter und so.
Good.
Hi.
So, did you try the restaurant I recommended?
Oh, yes. I can't thank you enough, my dear doctor.
Bitte.
Exquisite, but expensive. But what is money made for, if not for little pleasures?
Okay. Die abstoßende Schwein.
Don't you think your money could be better spent in these difficult times?
Your words hurt, Doctor. I thought you and I were friends. But since you ask, I'm rich enough to finance my passions. And various charities across the city.
Perhaps my words were too harsh. Please forgive me if I've upset you.
Oh, no harm done. After I die, all my fortune will go to the suffering people of the East End. Until then, I aspire to live the most pleasant life possible.
Okay, jetzt weiß ich nicht, ob er für den Dawson ist oder nicht.
Do you know anything about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
He used to be a big spender. One day, he sent 3 houseboys to buy all the beluga in my shop for his brother's birthday, if I remember correctly.
I see. Anything else? Less gastronomic, perhaps?
I really can't say. The man is filthy rich. But you know that, of course.
Ja.
I may have a look.
Ich bin mir aber immer noch nicht sicher, ob das jetzt was Gutes ist oder was Schlechtes. Aber lassen wir das jetzt mal so hingestellt. Vielleicht... Oh, da. Kuckuck. Ja.
Good evening.
I won't.
Do you realize you are ruining your family, Clarence? Don't you see the risk here?
Money isn't important.
Money,
Not
money,
important
money.
when it is a matter of life and death. That is what my dear Venus cannot understand.
People will laugh at you, if they don't already. Think about
ich
your
hätte das
wife
andere
and your
nehmen sollen.
position. Think about your future.
I understand my wife's embarrassment, but gossips don't kill, vampires do. There'll be no future if people don't open their eyes.
Ah, ich kann
I
beides
can't
nehmen.
believe I'm telling you this, but if warning people is that important to you, why not choose a more efficient way to spend your money?
Don't you think I tried? I knocked at every door, went to every bank, I even tried to be published. No, Jonathan. This is a one-man war.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Well, I've discovered he's quite versed in occult knowledge. So I wrote him a letter asking him to finance my research about vampires. He never responded.
Ach, was?
You need some rest.
War hier nicht noch irgendwo diese Frau?